So I'm currently experiencing a career change due to the current circumstances in the world, and I'm looking for something that's really going to help me elevate where I feel more professional, I am seen as professional, and just really giving me more confidence when I'm walking into, say, an interview, for example.
Perfect. I'm so honored that you came to me. I want to walk you through all the things that are going to help elevate your presence so that you feel more confident and you look more credible. We'll start with makeup. I am excited. It actually starts with skincare, but I want to go ahead and in the lieu of time is go right into the makeup so that I can walk you through those steps and what that looks like. Makeup for business, let me just stop and say this. Makeup for business is very different than makeup for glamorous settings, if you will. And so the makeup style that I want to walk you through and put in place for you is for a business suit, since you're going to be interviewing and doing a career change. That way you really have that polish, that professional polish. I'm going to start with applying a BB cream. BB cream is what I like to use instead of a primer because it's a combination of primer, serum, and a little moisturizer, and it won't clog your pores. I'm just going to apply that all over. It will give you a sheer coverage, but it'll also have the makeup that we're going to put on top of it. It'll give it a little bit more of a natural finish or a long wearing finish as well. So that goes all over. You're also getting that extra benefit of the moisture and the hyaluronic acid that's in it. Contact lenses, so be really careful. You want to just put it all over the entire face because we're just making sure the canvas is all the same. Literally, we're using a lot of the same brushes that you'd be using in painting. Then I'm going to go into an oil-free foundation, and that's so that you have a nice, super matte finish. Apply that all over. For efficient makeup application, we don't do concealer until last. Under the eyes, I am going to put a little concealer on your eyelids to serve as your eyeshadow base. And the reason why we put it on, professional artists do it last because it saves time. If you put it on first, then you end up having to go back and take it off because the eyeshadow will fall down into it. Also too, makeup for business, highlighting and contouring is not appropriate for makeup for business. I know it's big for glamour. Actually for spring and summer, that trend has really faded. There's just a teeny bit of highlighting that they're doing for glamour now. No more heavy contour. And so that your skin looks fresh and not super matte, I'm just going to take a little bit of a sponge and just press. And it'll take down the shine without having to do powder, because I don't want it to look cakey. The whole idea with business makeup is you just want to look enhanced. You don't want it to look like you have on makeup. And so less is more, but you don't want to not look polished. That's the whole piece. So it's that really nice fine line. So what starts the makeup process, after you've done your foundation, to really make sure your skin looks even? The reason why that piece is really big, when you're looking on video, a lot of people are working and doing video. If you don't do a makeup foundation, what happens is all the little nuances on your skin are magnified with the camera. So that's why that's important for women that really don't care for it, but it is essential. Brows are 75% of the makeup look. So what I'm doing is I'm starting by combing the brows up. I know a lot of women can't get to their brow people right now because of the quarantine and because of just they're not comfortable yet getting out. I want to show you a Hollywood technique that makes this super easy. I'm going to be using a neutral palette for you. Rhoda Design Group is an image consulting company, and we help to elevate the image of all of our clients for the business settings with botanical skincare, trademarked mineral kits that are 90% organic and completely color coordinated with 30 full-size products, and then professional statement jewelry pieces that are composed of gemstone jewelry. This all happens in addition to other services like color analysis, wardrobe development, and closet cleanse. So without further ado, we're going to work on the kit in the middle that you're looking at, which is our neutral kit, because that best aligns with Casey's skin tone so that she just looks enhanced. So after you've done your foundation and primer, you want to go right into brows. Brows make up 75% of the face. So a lot of people can't get to their brow people right now. I'm going to do a really quick but beautiful classic Hollywood technique. I'm taking a angle brush after I've combed up her brows. Gonna go into this neutral kit. I'm picking up a little bit of the dark brown, a little bit of the taupe brown, and a little bit of the gray. She has a soft black brow, but I don't want it to be too dark. And I'm gonna raise her brow with my thumb, taking the angle brush and just placing that right underneath. We're creating a baseline. And then from there, those same three colors, I always check on my hand to see, coming out of that horizontal baseline with vertical strokes to fill in, to give her a beautiful brow. And then now I'm just going to comb that through. And you'll see it gives her a little bit more definition than the other side, but we've still kept it pretty soft. Getting rid of the line. Gives her a little bit of a sharper focus. Again, I'm going to go into these three colors. The chocolate brown, the taupe, and the gray. Tap, tap on the back of my hand. I'm going to turn you just a teeny bit. And I'll lift her brow with my thumb. I'm going to go right underneath her brow. We're creating a baseline. Underneath. Then we're going to pull out of that baseline with vertical strokes. Grabbing a little bit more. And remember, brows are sisters, not twins, so you don't want to obsess over trying to make sure that they're exactly the same. You can go back and make sure that you've added the same amount of product, but you definitely want to make sure that you know, so you're not driving yourself nuts, that they are a little bit different. Let me brush the other side. Everything in the makeup process is apply and then blend. So from there, we're going to go right into shadow. Actually, I'm going to put a little concealer on her lid to give her a little bit longer wear from her eyeshadow so it does not crease. I'm putting a little bit of that. We did put foundation and primer on her lid as well. The skin on the eyes is 3 times thinner than the rest of the face. And so what we're doing is we're building a little bit of volume by layering all 3 of those. And remember, don't do your concealer underneath to last. For business, you don't put it anywhere else on the face other than around the eyes. I'm just blending that in. I'm going to go right into eyeshadows. For the kind of look that, let me brush that through a little bit. For the kind of look that Casey is wanting, she's interviewing we're going to go into 3 eyeshadows. Makeup for business suit is a little bit more defined than business casual. So I'm going to go into this soft mauve color. And you'll notice the colors that you're looking at, most of them are matte. I have 2 that are shimmer for evening. For business daytime, you never want to wear a shimmer. You always want to wear a matte. So I'm taking a large fluff brush and washing that completely over the entire lid. It gives her just a beautiful, soft, mauve suede look to the eye. Takes down the shine that you can see over here. Then on the other side, I like to load the brush up on both sides because it just makes it faster. And remember, the larger the brush, the sheerer the color. You can cover more area with a large brush. You are going to have a little shadow fall down. No worries, we'll brush that off at the end. Now, a lot of women struggle to do a crease. And we found that only 90% of women don't have a crease. So what I'm going to do is create what I call a corner contour. I'm taking this beautiful camel, mixing it with a little bit of the taupe and mixing it with a little bit of the brown. Tap, tap, tap. This is a crease brush, appropriately named. And with the corner contour, we're really just making a 7 on the outside corner, or an abstract V, however you want to say that. And that's going to give her a beautiful contour without it being a heavy line across the middle. So we just keep that on the outside corner and concentrate it on the lash line first. That way when you put on your liner, it gives a beautiful transition into the other part of the eyeshadow. And you can see how it just subtly gives her some contouring without it being too much. Turn just a teeny bit, Casey. Again, start at the base of the lash line, and you want it to get lighter from there. You want the concentration of that color here, and then I'm going right into, I'm following her crease of her eye there. All women do have this, where you could just follow where the eyeball fits in the socket there. So I would have to say it's more of a V, that's abstract V laying on its side. I like to take my fingers sometimes and soften edges. Make sure you have the same amount on both sides. And then we're going to go right into the liner. You want to keep the center of the eye full of light, that light color showing, so that it makes you look more vibrant and not tired. If you put a dark shadow over the center of the eye, it's going to make your eyes look a little tired. So now we're going to go into the eyeliner, and I get pretty excited because this product, it's called Eyeliner Sealer. What it does, it waterproofs any of these mineral-based eyeshadows. So I'm just going to take a few drops, and this is a brand new one, so it doesn't want to come out. Here we go. Go into this really pretty green, and what this does, will give her a nice waterproof eyeliner. Have you sit up for me? What I like about this this flat eyeliner brush is it fits right at the lash line, so you can get a very conservative liner and you're not pulling and tugging on the eye. Just a teeny bit. And I'm just sketching that across just to respect the three-dimensional surface of it. I'm going to get a little bit more on that corner. Right here, and you'll notice I'm just doing a little bit of I'm going slightly up. We're not doing cat eyes for business, but it's a little bit thicker on the corner where it's like a wedge liner, if you would. It starts off thin and then it gets thicker as it goes across, so you have the ability to lift the eye, because the natural anatomy of the eye is it goes down. Have you open? And then I want to show you another trick to do too, just to pop the eyes a little bit more. I'm going to take a kohl pencil from the kit also. This is the charcoal. And we're going to put that on her waterline. Have you looked down, but don't close. What this will do, this is going right in between her lashes. We have 2 rows of lashes that grow on top of each other, and this fills in that space. So her eyes are going to look more vibrant, not less tired, if you will. This is also a Hollywood trick too. It's usually done in movies. Going right on that waterline, and this kohl pencil is designed for that. I notice I'm not using black. Have you look into the camera? You see the difference that it does. It gives you definition without having to go into a really strong black liner. Can you lean it for me just a little bit? I'll do that again. For summer and for going into the early part of fall, you don't want to use anything that is too strong from the fall and winter palette, like black, around the eyes. You want to keep it soft and airy and summer and spring-like, if you will. So that's another reason we didn't do that. And just to make sure we have things blended, I'm just going around the corners there, underneath, because I blended on the outside. Now we're going to go into our mascara. You'll notice I didn't put anything underneath. Let me do this. Let me brush off the shadow that's fallen below. For business, liner underneath is very minimal, because you don't want it to be too dramatic for business. So I'm going to take the same brush that I used for her brow. I'm actually going to use those same 3 colors. So the chocolate brown, the taupe, and the gray. I like to make sure the brow color and the liner underneath for business is the same, because what it'll do is it'll lift the eye. You want your stronger liner on top, so have you look straight up. This is going right underneath her lashes. The liner in general, for most things anyway, is we go 4 times darker on the top, because you want to pull the attention up. If you have a dark liner on the bottom, it's going to draw people right underneath your eyes, and that's where a lot of women have dark shadows and fine lines, and it just accentuates that. So she has a nice mild liner. Now we're going to jump into mascara, and I'm going to show you a technique to curl your lashes and volumize and lengthen. Make sure you don't pump your mascara, because that pushes air into it. You want to take your brush in there and swivel around. This is an HD mascara. It's the blackest black, so it'll really make her eyes pop. I want to have you look down, and I do a zigzag technique. So I'm pushing the wand into the lashes, zigzagging, because I'm forcing them to curl, but I'm also delivering mascara into both rows of lashes. We have 2 sets of lashes that grow on top of each other. You want to make sure you concentrate that at the base first, and then once you've done it at the base, come back in the middle of the lashes and do the same thing, so that you're lengthening and you're finishing that curl. You can see the difference in the 2 sides. Looks like she's got a little bit, looks like she grew lashes. Turning your head just a teeny bit for me. And look down, but don't close. Again, I'm zigzagging, focusing on the base to create the curl. Turning my brush to deliver new product as I go. So now that we've created the baseline, then I'm going to go back up in the middle of the lash and do the same thing, so that I can lengthen and finish that curl. Wow, concealer. Make sure there's no eyeshadow that's falling below. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit, tiny bit, minuscule amount. If you're in a hurry, you can use a foundation brush, because the larger the brush, the more area you can cover, and the sheerer the color. You want to make a smile around the eye. We all have a shadow in the inside corner. We also have a shadow on the outside corner. So you want to make a smile around the eye and then blend it all the way up to that liner underneath. And if you use a brush, you'll have a much better blendability. There are no rules. You can use fingers, but you're able to access these tight areas. You can see how that makes a huge difference. I love concealer. I love how it gets rid of the dark shadows and it just brightens us. We get to, it's almost like we get to sculpt with light. Again, you're making us smile. Everybody has a shadow on the inside corner as well as the outside. And while I'm here too on the outside, this also helps you make sure that you don't have shadow going further than the bottom lid, because it'll pull the eye down. Just blending that. Have you look straight up for me. And you'll see what I mean. I'm really making that really crisp on that corner. Take a little sponge. Tap, tap, tap. No mascara on the bottom for business. It's too much. And what it'll do is it'll just accentuate the shadows that are already there. So we do less is more. When I go into lips, I do blush last, because oftentimes we over blush, and a lot of times lipstick will pull color out of the cheeks. So I'm going to go into a beautiful mauve-y lip pencil. For business casual, it's not necessary per se to line the lip, but for business suit, you definitely want to line the lip, because what that does is it really exudes authority. And this is very close to her lip color, so it's not going to be anything that's going to be too much. It's just a teeny bit darker, which is what you want. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit. Less is more for business on the lip. I'm just going to fill her lip in out of that lip liner with the lipstick from the kit. It's just a nice neutral rose. There's not too much blue or too much gray or anything like that. When she smiles, it's going to pretty much match her gums, which gives her that natural fresh. It's going to make her teeth look nice and bright as well, even though she does have bright teeth. So to complete that, I'm going to go right into lip gloss. For business, you don't want too much lip gloss because it can look party girl. You just want enough to add moisture. And you want to make sure that it just looks clean. It shouldn't look like, hi, I've got on it. And that's why I'm using a brush, just to sparingly apply that. Now you'll see Casey has a little bit of rosiness that popped up in her cheeks after we put on the lips. And that's why I do that last. So now we're going to go into her blush. There are 3 ways to blush. There's the apple of the cheek, cheekbone, and underneath the cheek. For business casual, it's the apple of the cheek. For business suit, it's the cheekbone. You want to look more serious. Business casual, it's friendlier. So I'm going to take, when I created this. Every lip color has a matching lipstick or blush. I'm actually going to take 3 different colors because I want it to look super sheer. So a peach, a rose, and a neutral color. And tap, tap, tap. This is going to go on her cheekbones, and she's going to be wearing a suit. So this is going right here on the bone and going back to the hairline. Make sure you don't do racing stripes. That's a hard thing not to do. You want to do little circles on the cheekbone. And now Casey is ready for her change of clothes. I'm going to have her step off camera and put on, I have wardrobed her in a business suit look that is also relevant to the season. And I'm going to put also some statement jewelry on her so that it finishes her. So join us. We'll be back in just a second. Awesome. So we're back, and Casey switched into a beautiful blouse, blush blouse, and a blush jacket. Remember, when you're interviewing for jobs, you command more authority, you exude more authority when you have on a jacket because it powers us up here. Most women, our shoulders are not, the strong shoulders. And so what the jacket does is it makes us stand straighter, gives us better posture, but it also makes us look more confident, more credible. I'm going to finish by putting on the jewelry. And you'll see how it's like the final touch to completing her look. For now, she's ready for job interviews, and this is a great look to do. This color is very relevant right now for the spring and summer season, this beautiful blush, how everything complements her. So now when she walks in the room or she's doing a video conference call or video interview, she's exuding a lot of professionalism. How do you feel, Casey?
I feel great. I definitely feel a whole shift in just my energy and my posture and just the amount of confidence that I'm feeling walking in there prepared and looking my best.
Oh, wonderful. That's what it's about. Yeah. Well, thank you for trusting me to support you in this process of you looking for a new job. I wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.